first thing we're going to need to do is go ahead and go to the Start menu on Windows 8. And we're going to click on Microsoft Word 2013. And the first thing we need to do is open up a brand new document. So we're going to go ahead and click on Blank Document. Okay. And we are going to learn how to save, because that's the most important part, is saving your document. So if you look up in the left hand corner on the floppy disk, you can save from there, or you can go to File and you can click either Save or Save As. It's better when you're opening up a new document to save as initially and then save from there on. So click Save As, and we're going to click on Computer and go to Documents. And it's already saving as Document 2. We can do that, or we can go ahead and change the name of the document. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to My Paper. My Paper. Then you're going to click on Save. So your document's all saved up and it's ready to start. This way you don't lose it. Okay, so if we go over here, we're going to learn how to change the font. Okay, so you want to, this all tells you about your font and your font styles. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the actual font style itself. Okay, it's in Calibri right now, but we don't want that. We want Times New Roman. So I'm going to click on this arrow, and that's going to show me a whole bunch of different fonts. Now, Times New Roman is right here in my recently used documents. I'm going to go, I can find it alphabetically as well. So I'm going to go all the way down to the T's and click on Times New Roman. Now, I need it in 12-point font. This tells me the size of my font. Right now it's at an 11. But I don't want it at 11, so I can either click on this arrow or type it in. I'm going to click, and I'm going to click on a 12-point font, because that's what I want. Okay? Now, over here tells me where my cursor is. It's either on the left, center, or right. First, I'm going to do line spacing, though, because line spacing tells me how much space there is between my lines. And I want 2.0, which is double spaced. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and align my paragraph. I want it on the right side or the left side. And I'm going to do it right because that's where I want my header. So I'm going to click on the right. Okay? My cursor's over on the right side now, so I know it's aligned correctly. And I'm going to go ahead and type my header. So Miss Clifford Science Paper Project April 27th, 2014. And then that's my header. Now for my title, I want to go ahead and go to the center to kind of show my title off. So I'm going to click My Paper. And then I'm going to do a new line, and I'm going to go to my left. That's where I need to be from my actual words. Okay, so say I don't like where my header is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click Cut. Cut is going to move my words. And I'm going to go back and align it to the right again. Cut moves my words, and then if I come up and paste it just like that, it'll re-put the words. Cut takes the words and it moves them for you, and then when you paste them, it puts them back down. And then there's Copy, which copy is like cut except it doesn't completely delete it. Now, did you see that? I just undid, which I click Control Z to undo because I didn't like that. So I'm back to where I am, and I need to know that my margins are correct. So I'm going to double check design, make sure my margins aren't in there. Nope. Everything looks good so far. Nothing over here. Nope. And my fonts are all correct. So I'm going to go to page layout instead. And look, there's my margins. So I'm going to click on margins, and they're normal right now. All the margins are 1 inch. But you know what? I want to try and see if I can't make it skinnier. So I'm going to click on narrow. See, narrow just made it smaller. The margins are the difference between my cursor or the edges of my words to the edge of my paper. But I want my paper needs to be normal, so I'm going to go back to 1 inch margins. The orientation will change from portrait to landscape. Portrait is where it's tall and skinny, and landscape is kind of where it's short and fat. So I'm going to zoom out, which is down here on the bottom right corner. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And if you'll see, it changed my landscape. Now watch, I'm going to go back to portrait and made it tall and skinny again. So I'm going to zoom back in, same spot. I'm going to double check my size. It's 8.5 by 11, which is exactly what I want. And that's pretty much all I need from right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to home. Now, I know I need some pictures. That's part of my project. So I'm going to go to insert. Now, first you can look in pictures, and that's going to be pictures from your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And see, it gives me all the pictures I have in my electronic library. I'm going to go ahead and take this picture of a cake. But that picture is way too big. I'm supposed to have smaller pictures than this. So I'm going to highlight it, which these squares show that they're highlighted. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it and make it smaller. See? It's getting smaller. And you want to make sure that it's that sideways arrow. That shows that, that shows that you can make it smaller. And for if I have words, I want it behind my text. So I'm going to click on this little icon. That's my layout options. And it's going to show me where my text is going to be around my picture. So these are all my different options, and I want it behind the text. So I'm going to click on that right there, and it puts it behind it. Okay. Now I need another picture. So I'm going to see, there's my Smart Art. Smart Art gives me all sorts of different charts and things. So if I wanted to show for a science project a flow chart to show how maybe a plant grows over time, or down here if I click on these pictures, it kind of gives me a little bit of everything. Or maybe in my science project, if I wanted a pyramid like the food pyramid, I could get all that. So this is all sorts of different charts. See my pyramid? That could be like a food pyramid or whatever. So that's Smart Art. But if I go over here to online pictures, I can get what we call clip art. So I want to go to office.com clip art, and I want to type in something. I'm going to go ahead and type in cake, because that's what my project is based off of. I'm going to do cake. So I type that in and press enter, and look, I get all sorts of cool pictures of cake. And let's find a good picture. Which one do I like? This one's kind of nice, but I think we're going to do this one right here. So I click on it, and I click insert. There you go. Now you need to click on it. It's probably putting it behind the text, so you can't move it yet. So you got to click on it, and you got to put it in front. And then, ooh, magic, you can move it. And then you want to line it up, and now it's all ready to go. Now, I need to insert a blank page for my works cited. So I'm going to go back to insert, and I'm going to click on blank page. And look, I got a blank page, but there's the problem is it put my pictures down on the blank page. That's because the cursor was not in the correct spot. So I'm going to undo. I'm going to click on undo. Which is right there up in the top, and it puts those pictures back where they were supposed to be. Now, this can get a little tricky. You need to make sure the cursor is in the correct spot. So try clicking down. If you don't see a cursor, you may not have gotten it. Let me try this. Oh no, it did it again. See, the cursor can be tricky, especially if it's not flashing at you, because that means that you don't know where it is. You need that cursor to be flashing so you can see exactly where it's supposed to be. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to put it... Let me try that. And no, that... No, we'll put it in front of the text. In line with text. We'll do that. See, now my cursor should be good. Excuse me. And now, see that's highlighted? Nope, there it went. Inserted a blank page. Now I can put my works cited on a whole new page by itself without any problems. And that is... Oh, and the last thing I need to do is I need to insert a page number. It's like header, but it's different. You want to go to page number, and you want it at the top of the page, just like a header. And then you want it on the right side. So you're going to come down here to the right, and you're going to put your last name in front of your page number. And then when you're done, you're just going to close it, and it's all good to go. That's everything you need to know to complete your projects. All right, good luck, students. Don't forget to save and exit out.